Hello, very good evening to all of you. Today we are going to discuss the case note of Alison Cooper, a fifth year school student who has some psychological problems. We need to identify whether Alison has underlying grief-related problems or other psychological problems. So for this reason, we are referring her to the school psychologist. So you are a school nurse and you are going to refer Alison to a school psychologist. And her name is Barnaby Webster, in order to assess her whether what psychological problem she has. So we need, in this letter, we need to provide details of significant factors which will assess the psychologist to make the assessment. So we need to include all the relevant data which can assist Ms. Webster to determine what psychological problems Alison has. Now, we are going to see the picture in a better way, so that we can see the patient details. You are a school nurse at Chuhi Point Primary State School. So you are the school nurse and you are writing to the school psychologist of the same school. So it is a departmental letter actually. So you as a school nurse, you are going to write this letter to the school psychologist. So it's a year 5 student, Alison Cooper. So we are going to see some problems here: eczema outbreaks, asthma, and youngest in her class. So something which are relevant to the psychology. So we have seen overweight here, eczema, mild asthma, and youngest in her class. So we need to determine which all data we need to include in this letter. Let's go further. Father died in a motor accident 18 months ago. Good. So this may be the reason for the grief. Mother, a full-time bank manager, so she might not have enough time to take care of Alison, her elder sister Lisa, and her younger brother Simon. So paternal grandmother lives near school and provides aftercare services for the children. And she gives holiday care too, and she cares them if they are unwell too. So this is another thing that we need to keep in mind. So we have a lot of data. We need to sort out which things we need to include in this letter. Now we have year 3, year 4, year 5. The most recent thing what we have seen is that the absenteeism of Alison has gone up to 8 days, even in the first term of year 5. So that's significant data. Now she has a lot of school health records: headache, stomachache, leg ache, headache, eczema, headache, eczema, nauseous, feeling unwell, complaint of all these problems. She has to either to take rest or to skip the school and send back her to her grandma. So this is what happens. So these are all the reasons why she is either absent or not concentrating in her studies. So Alison started school well, but since grade 3, she has had trouble concentrating and rarely participates in class activities unless encouraged. So we have to have a prompting for Alison, or else she won't be concentrating or participating in the activities in the school, whether it's class activities or the sporting activities. And the standard of her schoolwork is declining. So that's on the whole, you can see that she has started becoming an underperformer at school, has few friends, and is often teased by her classmates. So in addition to her poor performance, she has some sorts of social issues with her peers and classmates. That's how she's embarrassed because of eczema, and she has been bullied by her classmates. Her mother reported that she is becoming withdrawn at home. And she reported she often talks about her father and cries because she misses him, seeks comfort in food like chips and cake after school. Not healthy food, unhealthy food there. So this is the reason why we are referring to a school psychologist to find out whether Alison has underlying grief-related or other psychological problem. We need to determine what exactly the problem of Alison is. Now, let us see the model letter. So this is 27 October 2021. Barnaby Webster, school psychologist, to Heat Point Primary State School. Dear Miss Webster, reference Alison Cooper, date of birth 1st June 2011. So she's almost 10 years. That's why we have not included the salutation. It's Miss or something like that. So we just wrote the name. She's just 10 years of old. Miss, we didn't add the salutation for the patient here. Alison Cooper, one of our 5th year students. So we have introduced Alison Cooper. She's our school student. She's studying in 5th grade. So this is what we have given as the introduction there. Alison Cooper, or one of our 5th year students, requires a psychological assessment to determine whether she has underlying grief-related or any other psychological problems. So this is the purpose, that it is very clear. So that's what we have written. Although Alison commenced her school well, she started becoming a regular absentee since her father's death 18 months ago. So Alison started her schooling well. So this is what we have to see. We have a positive side there, but started becoming a regular absentee since her father's death. When 18 months ago, we have written the time frame of her father's death. In this first term itself, her absenteeism was recorded as high as 8 days due to minor ailments such as headache and stomach pain. So we have the absenteeism recorded as high as 8 days. And this is not because of serious ailments. This is because of some sorts of minor ailments, and such as headache, stomach pain, and all. So we have highlighted the first issue, which is relevant there, that is absenteeism, and we have reported that when it started, 18 months since her father's death. Okay, so the point of time when the absenteeism has started, and now how severe the absenteeism is affecting her, and what is the reason for the absenteeism, what the flimsy reasons she has to tell regarding her absenteeism. Now, the second problem, so she has trouble concentrating in her studies unless prompted, or participating in sports. No, she is not interested in studies and she's not interested in participating in sports. Also, she was seen bullied by her classmates, and her friend circle was noted very limited, probably because of her embarrassment about her unresolved eczema on her hands. Now, this is the second problem was the first problem was absenteeism, which we highlighted. The second problem was trouble concentrating in studies and school activities. The third problem is bullying, the social problem, the communicating problem, because she is often facing bullying from her classmates. We're not telling for what reason that she is bullied off, but we have to highlight bullying from her classmates. She faces bullying from her classmates, and her friend circle was not very limited. So she has very limited friends, probably because of her embarrassment about her unresolved eczema on her hands. And you can add probably because of her embarrassment about her unresolved eczema on her hands. So we can add overweight here. So we have seen that she is overweight too. So embarrassment may be because of eczema and overweight. So we just are hinting this may be the reason. We can add overweight. This may be the reason. Just I am not adding right now. It is something which is relevant to the psychologist here. I'm not adding it right now. Just I have to do it later. So embarrassment or bullying, maybe because of these things. So this is something which the psychologist has to know. Now, Alison lives with her mother, a full-time bank manager, and 2 siblings. So this is the highlight. Her family, she has 2 siblings and a full-time working mother. Her grandmother cares her during school and holidays, and she's unwell. So we have written second. According to her mother, she's become drawn at home, seen talking about her father, cries often, and does seek comfort eating chips and cakes after school. So the first paragraph we discussed something related to her performance and situation at school. In the second paragraph, we have seen the social history along with how she behaves at home. So we have separated these things into 2 separate paragraphs. Now, it would be appreciated if you could meet Alison to make a thorough assessment to confirm her underlying issues and resolve those as early as possible. Now, this is the request. You meet Alison, make a thorough assessment and confirm her underlying issues, resolve those as early as possible to bring her back to a normal life. Thank you. And that is the end of the session here. Hope you might have understood it. We meet you with another letter soon. Bye.